In the shadowy corridors of global power, few names evoke as much suspicion and intrigue as the Bilderberg Group. This annual, invitation-only conference has been a subject of intense speculation since its inception. The first meeting was held in May 1954 at the Hotel de Bilderberg in Oosterbeek, Netherlands. It was the brainchild of Polish political exile Joseph Ratzinger and Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands. Their stated goal was to foster dialogue between Europe and North America to prevent another world war. They feared that growing anti-Americanism in Western Europe could fracture the Atlantic Alliance. Approximately 120 to 150 elites, including top figures from politics, finance, academia, and media, are invited each year. The guest list is a closely guarded secret until the eve of the meeting. Discussions are held under the Chatham House rule, ensuring total anonymity for speakers. This rule allows participants to use the information they receive, but not to reveal the identity or affiliation of the speaker. Proponents argue this fosters candid, open debate on critical global issues. However, this very secrecy is what fuels a myriad of conspiracy theories. Critics allege the group aims to establish a single, global government, eroding national sovereignty. They point to the attendance of figures like Bill Clinton in 1991, just before he became president. Tony Blair also attended in 1993, a few years before his rise to prime minister. This has led to accusations that the group handpicks future world leaders. Another persistent theory is that Bilderberg dictates major global economic policies. The creation of the euro is often cited as a prime example of a Bilderberg-driven project. Rumors suggest the decision to create the single currency was solidified in a Bilderberg meeting years before its public implementation. Theorists claim the 1973 crisis was orchestrated by the group to assert Western financial dominance. The agenda of the meetings, though vaguely released to the public, often includes topics like the future of AI and global financial architecture. This broad scope allows for speculation that they are planning humanity's technological and economic future in secret. Journalists and researchers who have tried to penetrate the group's wall of silence have faced significant obstacles. The perimeter of their meeting locations is notoriously secure, often involving local and state police. This level of security for a private meeting further fuels public suspicion. Some insiders, after leaving the circle, have hinted at the group's influence. Dennis Healy, a founder, once admitted their goal was a single community throughout the world. While he dismissed the one world government label as an exaggeration, his words are often used as proof. The group's defenders maintain it is simply a forum for discussion, not a policy-making body. They claim no votes are taken, no resolutions are proposed, and no policy statements are issued. The official website describes it as a forum for informal discussions about major issues. Yet, the power concentrated in one room is staggering. Attendees regularly include royalty, heads of state, and CEOs of the world's largest corporations. The heads of NATO, the World Bank, and the IMF are frequent participants. This creates an environment where informal consensus among the world's most powerful people can be reached. Such a consensus, even without a formal vote, could have immense global ramifications. Conspiracy theorists argue that this is precisely the point of the meetings. They see it as a way to bypass democratic processes and public accountability. The rise of globalism is often seen as a direct outcome of the Bilderberg Agenda. Free trade agreements like NAFTA have been linked to discussions within the group. The group's focus has shifted over the decades, reflecting changing global dynamics. In the 1950s and 60s, The primary concern was the threat of communism. The meetings provided a confidential space for Western leaders to coordinate their Cold War strategy. By the 1990s, the focus had shifted to the consolidation of free market capitalism. The agenda began to include topics related to technological advancement and the internet. In the 21st century, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and climate change have become recurring themes. This adaptability shows the group's intent to remain at the forefront of global governance. Critics from the left view Bilderberg as a cabal of capitalists seeking to crush labor movements. They argue that policies promoting deregulation and privatization are born in these meetings. Critics from the right see it as a threat to national identity and individual freedoms. They fear a global surveillance state, a topic often discussed under the guise of cybersecurity. The truth about the Bilderberg Group likely lies somewhere between the mundane and the conspiratorial. It is undoubtedly a venue for the world's elite to network and exchange ideas. The informal relationships forged in these meetings can be more powerful than formal treaties. Whether it is a shadow world government or simply the world's most exclusive networking event remains the central question. Until the doors are thrown open and its discussions made public, the Bilderberg Group will continue to be a symbol of secret power. Its legacy is one of influence wielded from behind a veil of impenetrable secrecy. The group's existence challenges the very notion of transparency in a democratic world. Each year, as the black limousines gather at a secluded hotel, the speculation begins anew. What future are they planning for us? Without us? The agenda often includes managing the global economy. Discussions about the transatlantic relationship are a perennial topic. Group has been accused of engineering the 28 financial crisis. Some believe they profited from the collapse they helped create. Topics like a new AI world suggest a focus on controlling future technologies. The group's influence on media narratives is another area of concern. Many major media executives are regular attendees. This raises questions about the objectivity of the news we consume. The group's original anti-communist stance has evolved into a pro-globalist consensus. They are seen as the architects of the modern, interconnected world. This interconnectedness, critics argue, makes global control easier. This rare cancellation showed that even the powerful are not immune to public scandal. The meetings resumed the following year with renewed secrecy. The choice of location changes every year, adding to the logistical challenge for protesters. Locations are often luxurious but isolated resorts, perfect for ensuring privacy. The group's membership is not formal. One is simply invited for a single year. However, a core group of individuals, the steering committee, attends every year. This committee is responsible for setting the agenda and sending out invitations. The chairman of the steering committee is a position of immense, albeit hidden, power. The Bilderberg Agenda is a conspiracy, a reality, and a myth all at once. It represents the deep-seated fear of unseen forces controlling our destiny. The power of the group lies not in formal resolutions, but in shared understanding. A consensus reached at Bilderberg can ripple through the world's boardrooms and cabinets. Now, some argue, it exists to preserve the power of a self-selected elite. The debate over Bilderberg is a debate over the nature of power in the 21st century. Is power held by the people, or by a shadowy network of the ultra-wealthy? The enduring mystery of Bilderberg ensures that these questions will never fade away. The group's influence is often subtle, shaping the boundaries of acceptable political discourse. Ideas that are mainstream today may have been floated at Bilderberg a decade ago. The 2002 meeting in Chantilly, Virginia, reportedly included discussions on the upcoming Iraq War. This suggests the group serves as a private council of war for the Western elite. The presence of defense industry CEOs alongside politicians is a common feature. This fusion of corporate and state power is a hallmark of the Bilderberg model. The group's discussions on China have evolved from a threat to a complex competitor. Managing the rise of China is now a top priority on their secret agenda. The group's secrecy has been challenged by the internet and alternative media. Independent journalists like Jim Tucker made it their life's work to expose the group. They would hunt for discarded documents and try to interview hotel staff. This cat-and-mouse game between the group and its pursuers continues to this day. The group's official response to all allegations is a consistent, blanket denial. They insist the meetings are simply a private, informal chat. The Bilderberg conspiracy is a modern myth rooted in a kernel of undeniable truth. The world's most influential people do meet in secret. And in the absence of transparency, speculation will always fill the void. The first meeting's agenda focused on preventing the spread of communism. Prince Bernhard's involvement lent the group an air of royal legitimacy. The Cold War context was crucial for the group's formation and early purpose. Theorists claim the group decided the timing of the 1991 Gulf War. The presence of oil executives at that time is often highlighted as evidence. The group's discussions on population control are a subject of dark speculation. The idea of a post-industrial society was allegedly planned in their meetings. The shift from manufacturing to information economies was a key transition. The group's role in the rise of big tech is a new chapter in the conspiracy. Tech billionaires are now among the most prominent members of the steering committee. They discuss the future of work in an age of automation. This could lead to mass unemployment, a consequence they are allegedly planning for. The concept of universal basic income is a topic they have reportedly explored. This is seen by some as a tool for social control in a jobless future. The group's interest in climate change is viewed with suspicion by both sides. Some see it as a pretext for global taxes and regulations. Others fear they will use climate disasters to consolidate wealth and power. The Bilderberg Agenda, whatever it may be, is not static. It evolves to meet the challenges and opportunities of a changing world. This dynamic nature is what makes it so powerful and so feared. The group represents the ultimate fusion of knowledge, power, and capital. Its meetings are a glimpse into a world hidden from public view. A world where the fate of nations can be decided over dinner. The silence from within the group is its most powerful weapon. It allows any theory, no matter how wild, to seem plausible. The Bilderberg Group remains the ultimate enigma in the study of global power. Its shadow stretches across the entire post-war history of the Western world. And as long as it meets in secret, that shadow will only continue to grow.